Yo, what is up, my dudes? My name is Storm Rose, and on this channel, we put what's in here out there. And today is another weekly vlog. Update time. So, I finished Daughter of Smoke and Bone. Very good. Need the next book, which is still not back in my library. And now I'm reading Carbon Diaries 2017. And this was written in 2009, right? Well, it mentions failing new Green Deal initiatives. See if I can. Failing new Green Deal initiatives. This is written in 2009. So, obviously, we've been able to see this stuff coming for some time, which means I don't understand how people still deny the fact that there are issues happening. I just don't get it. Like, this is the second one written. The first one was for 2015. And I really just think everyone needs to read these. It should be like the required reading for school, if you ask me. But anyways, update. Hello, vlog. So, yesterday, I don't think I updated you at all really yesterday, but I finished Daughter of Smoke and Bone? Yeah, Smoke and Bone. That morning, I went outside to finish reading it, so I had no distractions. And yeah, it was good. I'm a little bit upset about what happened, but I'm sure it'll get fixed somehow in the next book, which is still not in at my library. Yay. And then I also finished all of the Carbon Diaries 2017 that day. So I would just like to restate, I don't know if I've said this like very plain and clear before, but everyone needs to read the Carbon Diaries by Saki Lloyd. Okay? Everyone. I don't care who you are. I don't care if you like diary entries sort of stories. I don't care if you aren't a teenage girl struggling in a band, okay? But you need to read the Carbon Diaries. There's a one for 2015 and there's one for 2017, and you need to read them. Educate yourselves. And maybe, you'll be scared enough to actually do something when you see how much has actually happened that she talked about. These books were written in 2009. Just think about that. If you actually read the books and see what's going on, and then remember that she wrote them in 2009. Okay, small rant over. And if you don't read the Carbon Diaries after me telling you all of this, shame on you. Okay, cool. And then I read my passage of the day in Simple Abundance, a day book of comfort and joy, which is the book that I got from Goodwill a while back. It's actually like really pretty interesting. While it's like meant to be written for like 30 to 40-year-old mothers, you know, with like living their lives, it's still It's really cool to read because it's like it's ways to be mindful in your everyday life and appreciate what happens every day, so that you're not always just wishing for something else, wishing for tomorrow. And you know, it's interesting to read this stuff, especially because like obviously the writer is a writer, and she's like talking about her own life as a writer, and that's like catching those tiny tidbits is like snatched. So it's kind of cool. What I'm going to do next is try to finish my TBR for this month that I have not finished because I didn't write my Litha TBR. So, gotta do that. And then I think I'm gonna try and make a TBR video. So, let's do that. Hi, baby. Give, give, give. Give, give, give. Give, give, give. We have to take the baby to the vet today because he keeps chewing his leg open. We think it's allergies. We hope it's allergies, not just boredom. Get caught on your claw. My baby. Mm-hmm. You, because it's pretty bad, huh, baby? Yeah. Okay, I finished filming my TBR video. New shirt, because we don't like to wear the same shirt in 2 videos twice. That would be not good. So now I think I'm gonna hop into the reader, which I have thrown into my TBR for the archery challenge, which is not even for my actual class. I'm taking extra classes because I'm a nerd. So, yeah, gonna hop into the reader now, I think. Library hall. I hurt my library. Okay, so I ventured out of the YA section. I know, crazy. Because the YA section in our library is actually pretty tiny, and while like all of the books that are in the YA section are like pretty much things that I would want to read, there comes a time when you have to go looking in the rest of the shelves. And so there were like some specific books I was trying to get because, you know, readathons or whatever. Yeah, they didn't have any of the ones I was looking for. However, I did find a bunch of books that I've been meaning to read, not knowing that they're literally just shelved over. One being Artemis by Andy Weir. I've seen this on multiple things, and honestly, I don't even remember what it's about. Lunar Colony, something like that, which is almost like studying because one of my works, in one of my whips, is they're on the moon. They live on the moon. It's a lunar colony also. I mean, not so much a colony, but besides the point, we're not going to reveal things, and that's not the one that I've been working on consistently. Like, that's not my number 1 work in progress. That's like my number 2 work in progress. So, I also found The Golden Sun. Wasn't I just talking about how I needed to finish the Red Rising series? Maybe I didn't tell you guys, but I was just talking to someone about how I needed to finish the Red Rising series. And hello, I found it over in the freaking adult section. I had assumed that was YA because it was at my school library, but I was wrong. Guess what else I found? Twilight. And while that's not like an anticipated read for me, I feel like I almost have to. It's such a classic. Everybody, you know, all the older ones, all the older, bigger booktubers have read it, and everybody's like, you know, I want to hope that the books are better than the movies. And while the movies aren't bad, they're not good either, you feel? So I got Twilight and I also got New Moon, and we actually own Eclipse in this house, so I will read that then with that. Oh my gosh. Leo Reads is going to be so happy. Look what I found. Can you tell? Can you see what it is? The Secret History. Did you know there's like 5 secret histories just in our library? And like I found one that was like literally the secret history. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's the one. And I was like, wait, no, that's written by a dude. Not it. Yeah, so then I found this one. I was like, wow, they do have the one I was looking for. That's crazy. I also grabbed, Outlander. This is not the normal covers that everybody has. This is a different cover, but it's kind of dope looking, if you ask me. And the chick who checked it out, she was like, is there a TV show for that or something? And I go, yeah, I'm pretty sure there is. Yeah. And she goes, that explains it, because for a while there, we could not keep it on the shelves, and I was like, nobody knew about it before, so why do they know about it now? But, yep, so I grabbed that, because I happened to cross it, and I'm like, you know, I've been meaning to read it, I might as well read it. Honestly, I feel like I can work it into one of my challenges for the Book Junkie trials, so we might try and do that. I found The Rules of Magic by Alice Hoffman. Alice Hoffman is also the person that wrote Greenheart, which is like my favorite book of ever. Which actually Greenheart is like 2 short stories put together. And every time somebody asks for like a suggestion of like a booktuber favorite, I put Greenheart, because I don't necessarily have like a favorite story, but that's definitely up there. It's such a good story. And Alice Hoffman also wrote Practical Magic, which I had no idea that she was the one that wrote that. So I definitely need to get that. They didn't have Practical Magic in, but they did have Rules of Magic, so I'm going to read that. And then when they get Practical Magic in, hopefully I can grab it now that I know where she's at. And I also grabbed Pride and Prejudice, a classic. I said I was going to try and get into some more classics. So I guess I got to try and get into some more classics. I feel like I'm going to try and work several of these into some challenges for the Book Junkie trials, because I have them until... Ooh. Really? Did she not restamp them? The 16th. That's not even a week. That's this Sunday. That can't be right. Oh, July 16th. Oh, I was like, holy crap, that's not right. July 16th. So I have them for more than a month. So I can get some of them into my Book Junkie trials, which starts in July. Yay. But yeah, so now I have some other books to read this month that are not on any of my TBRs for this month, because you know what I mean? They didn't have the ones that's the ones that I went there looking for, was the ones that are in my TBRs, and they didn't have them. Didn't have the 5th season. Didn't have I didn't look for Obsidian, because I'm still not sure if I'm going to read that one. Also, I didn't have this with me, so I didn't remember for sure what all my TBRs were, but I feel like that sometimes. Yeah, didn't have Arch Enemies, because I'd already searched the thing before. Didn't have 5th season. Already read Smoke a Bone. Already read The Carbon Diaries, and I have the Reader. I did not check for Knife of Never Letting Go either, but I think I said that I was going to try and do the, I was going to try and do the audiobook of that if I did end up doing it, so I'm sorry. I'm holding you with my feet, so that's why you keep tilting weird, but anyways, I didn't get any of those, and most of my Litha ones are books that I already owned, but they didn't have Dumpling. I looked for that too. So, but oh well. Yeah, because I already own The Scourge, Rhyme Schemer. I don't have Arch Enemies, but they didn't have that, and I already own the Summer Invitation. Ooh, I should have looked for Summer of Salt. Oh wait, I did search that, and they didn't have that either. Yeah, don't know how I'm going to have to get a hold of those. And I'm still reading The Reader, although I haven't read very much. Yesterday I actually did some writing, like I said I was going to, for the past week. So I actually did do some. And let me tell you, the struggle is real, because every time I let it go for a little bit, and then I go back and I read my writing, and I'm like, ew. So I have like the first I want to say like 14 we'll go with 14. I have like the first 14 chapters written out, but that was like old me's writing, like that was like old, like a year old almost writing. And so there's been a couple times where I went back through and like edited a couple things and like just try to change the wording a little bit, but it gets to a point where you're like, you just have to have this on the side and then like start rewriting, like throw in new scenes and stuff, because some of the other scenes just felt clunky, awkward. So basically I'm like I'm starting a rewrite already because I didn't get all the way through. I never get all the way through a rough draft, but once I get through these first couple chapters of rewrite, I will write the whole thing out in rough draft and I will get it done. But I am currently on chapter 3 of the rewrite, so we're doing, I guess. It's because you're trying to include the stuff that you already had, because that's like, you don't want to throw it away, but at the same time you're like, well, I don't want to sit here and try and rewrite it, right? And, like, I just, and I can't just leave it because it's cringy and gross. So, honestly, like, my brain won't work until it's fixed. A little bit, at least. So, there's that on that. I don't want to make these clips too long because then the vlogs will get long, and I just started getting my videos shorter, so. It's Friday morning, Friday noon, pretty much. Just got done showering. I'm outside, if you can hear the birds. It's really nice out, especially considering that yesterday, oh, we love sunlight. Especially considering that yesterday was a rainy mess. It was actually really bad, and we were concerned that it's supposed to rain today, but it does not look like rain at all if you see the sky. That is nothing but blue. No clouds, nothing. It's pretty. But, sorry, I put you really close to me. Since it is Friday, that means that the Litho-Witchathon starts today, which means that we're putting the reader on pause. I'm like, I think I'm only like 20 pages in. I didn't really read a lot of it. But now we get to pick, do we want to start reading Rhyme Schemer or The Scourge? I grabbed them both. I think I'm going to go out and sit in the sun. And I don't know. We'll see. Hey vlog, if you can't tell, I'm burnt. And I'm literally burnt in half and splotchy. I don't understand what happened. I literally wasn't even wearing straps. It's pretty bad. Can you hold on here? It's very bad. So yeah, well, we were tanning and reading, and I told Michaela when we went to do it that it would be burning in books, and that's exactly what it was, burning in books. But it was fun, so I mean, worth it, I guess. I've already aloed twice. Love that. I'm not super far into the Scourge yet. I was like 80 pages in, and then we ended up just talking. I went with her to the library to get her book that she was going to read with me. She ended up picking up Anansi Boys by Neil Gaiman, and I've heard a lot about Neil Gaiman on BookTube, and also I'm supposed to read Stardust by him next month for the Book Junkie Trials, but they didn't have it at the library, so hopefully they have that in by next month. Otherwise, I might be a little frustrated. I'm already rubbing off. Hopefully these are aloe. Oops, sorry, I had my glasses in the way. Hopefully that was aloe and not my skin already. Yay. I love being white. I mean, I suppose I love being red, but I really wasn't even out all that long. We were only out for like 40 minutes, maybe 45 minutes, so this is my life. So I ended up reading The Scourge, not Rhyme Schemer. I will read Rhyme Schemer at some point. Scourge is going good so far. If you want to know what it's about, I suppose I could actually tell you that. That's what most people do in these videos, isn't it? So the Scourge is Scourge. I haven't decided how to pronounce it. I was saying the Scourge, but then Michaela said that she would pronounce it the Scourge, and that kind of makes more sense. The Scourge, something like the Scourge. Scourge. It's spelled Sourge, I think. So I don't know, but it's basically it's a plague that's like sweeping through this world, and there's river people who haven't been exposed to it yet, and then there's what they call the pinchworms, or pinch something, I think it's pinchworms, and they're like the higher class, like the rich people that live in the cities or whatever, and they had it in their suburbs or whatever. But the pinchworms are like more sophisticated, whatever, like they have technology and, you know, medicine and all that, and the river people are more like natural remedies and like log houses and stuff like that. They're not as advanced technologically, but they know the land. That's what the way they described it in the book is the pinchworms know the stories, but the river people know the world that made the stories. So it's pretty cool so far. They got what happened is that the main character is Annie, A-N-I. I think it's Annie, and her friend Weevil got kidnapped by the wardens of their like district or whatever, the pinchworm wardens, and they said it's for like testing, that they're gonna test them for the Scourge, but I don't think that's what it is. So I don't know. I keep holding you so close to my face. I'm sorry. You're getting just like mouth shots. It's awkward. I don't want to like look at you because I'm like blinded, and you know what I mean. So it's going good, pretty good so far. She tried to escape. Weevil got away, but she got caught again because she was helping one of the pinchworms, and the pinchworm that she was helping accused her of trying to steal her boat, even though she was helping her out of her boat, like because she didn't want to get her dress wet because then her parents would know. She was all prissy like that or whatever. Yeah, so she got caught again. Also, she has like a broken ankle or something, and it's super swollen, and they're like making her walk on it. And she kind of looks like she has a Scourge because she got into like a poison ivy vine before they caught her. Like she was in a tree when they caught her because she was trying to get a vine fruit. So she had like the juice of the fruit all on her arms and stuff, and she was like, her leg had like the rash starting from the ivy or whatever. They call it sticky vines. So she's like itching and everything, and so it looks like she's got the Scourge, so that's not good. And from the synopsis, it said that she gets like sent to quarantine. So I don't know. It's not good. But this is the book that I picked for the Litha challenge about trees. And this clip is almost 6 minutes long, so I'm gonna stop talking. Go read some more, I guess. Yep, all three.
Oh, good. No air conditioner.
Well, that's all right. Worth it. It's okay. Final update. My dudes. Sorry, I've got fluffs. It's Father's Day, which means it's Sunday. Yesterday I had work, and when I tell y'all that I'm really white, I'm not kidding. Okay. It's 1:30 in the morning, so I'm gonna go ahead and finish this off. I'm watching David Dobrik vlogs instead of reading, because that's just how we do it in this house. But I'm a good 1/8 of the way through the Scourge, and like 20 pages or however far I got into the reader. And I've got my whole stack of books from the library, so I don't have any lack of options. but there's been stuff going on. We had to hang out with friends this weekend. Today was Father's Day, so reading has fell to the wayside for a second. However, next week we will hammer down. With that, I bid you adieu till the next Howdy Do. Peace. See ya.